Isn't it frustrating when you have a million things to do but you find yourself in a toxic relationship with your bed, having spent hours simply scrolling on your phone? You feel no motivation to get up and do things. On top of that, you feel guilty and you feel so mad at yourself for being lazy and wasting yet another day having made zero progress towards your dreams. But it doesn't have to be this way. If you're wondering if there's a way to get out of your lazy girl era and be your best self to move the needle towards your goals, then you're at the right place. Transforming from a lazy girl to a productive powerhouse is more achievable than you think. But if there's one thing that I want you to realize and take away from this video, it is this: you're actually not lazy, and I can prove it. So you think you're lazy because whenever you start working or studying, first of all, you don't want to do it. Secondly, if you manage to start working, you get easily distracted. Sometimes it's the ping on your phone, and other times you suddenly feel hungry or you want to lose the loop. Thirdly, after working for 5 to 10 minutes, you start feeling sleepy. But when it comes to watching your favorite show, nothing can distract you. You even forget eating while watching it. When you scroll through social media at night, no matter how tired you are, you just keep scrolling. Even sleep cannot stop you from using Instagram. So you are not actually lazy, you just don't know how to deal with being bored, unsure, stressed, and do things that are uncomfortable and out of your comfort zone. But worry not, because today I will share some practical actions that you can take to do the things you need to do, and in the end I will share an action plan that you can follow step by step right now to get the ball rolling. All the techniques that I will share today are from my personal journey of conquering laziness, aka not doing the things that move the needle towards our dreams. And I'm 100% sure that you can break free from your lazy girl era if you implement what I share today. Tell me what you do when you feel really sad or depressed. I know that we have all had our heart broken at least once. So what did you do when you had a breakup or when the person you liked rejected you? You cried, obviously, but majorly what you did was curl up in your bed with the curtains drawn, lights off. You wanted to be left alone and you did not step out of the house for days unless you absolutely had to. Why is that? Why do we keep the room dark and not let sunlight enter in any way? Because of Newton's first law. A body will stay in motion or at rest unless external force is applied. So when you're depressed, you create the environment to stay depressed and not let any external force in that can change that state. What is that external force, you ask? It's sunlight and nature. There's just something about all these natural elements. Just looking at them instantly improves your mood, whether it's the sun, the moon, the clouds, trees, flowers, birds, or even grass. You have felt it yourself. You feel more gloomy and your productivity and efficiency naturally drops in winters because there's not as much sunlight and you don't step out that often. Moreover, it has been scientifically found that a decrease in sunlight causes depression, anxiety, and fatigue despite getting adequate sleep. And the benefits of going out and exposing yourself to nature do not stop here. Firstly, humans are social creatures, and no matter how introverted you are, just seeing other humans around you will improve your mood, which will help you get out of your lazy girl zone. Secondly, exposure to nature has been scientifically proven to improve your focus and enhance your mood. Thirdly, when you walk around, you get the blood flowing and the movement itself helps with improving your mood and focus. Fourthly, a change of scenery will also enhance your mood, or else it just gets so boring and mundane and you automatically start feeling lazy. So exposing yourself to sunlight and going out in the nature will help you get out of your lazy girl zone. Now, you don't have to bake yourself in the sun at noon. The best time, especially according to me, is to see the sunrise. The UV index is very low at that time. You will get the gentle sunlight that won't burn you, and it's just so serene to see the sunrise even when it's rising from the high-rise building in front of you. Another great time is in the evening after 4 p.m. You can go for a walk in the park, see some beautiful trees, flowers, and butterflies along the way. When you're in your lazy girl era, all that you do most of the time is lie down in bed or on the couch and scroll. And no matter how much your inner self nudges you to get up and do things, you just don't want to. And this is because of the constant dopamine hits you get by using social media. Every time you watch a new reel or short, you get this dopamine hit. But isn't dopamine a happy hormone that increases motivation? Why, yes, it is. But do you feel happy and motivated, or do you feel guilty and mad at yourself after a scrolling spree on your phone? Unintentional use of social media gives you fake dopamine in the moment. So don't give in to these repeated fake dopamine hits and instead resort to real dopamine sources that will improve your mood and increase your happiness so that you get to work feeling high vibe. So things like obviously getting some sunlight, going into the nature, working out, closing the door and dancing alone to your favorite song, writing 10 things you're grateful for and why, doing some self-care and pampering, and talking to a friend that always makes you happy. We all have that one friend. Another big problem I see in today's world is that everything is wiring us for instant gratification. You don't have to wait till noon every Sunday to watch Shaktiman or till 7 p.m. to watch Hannah Montana. You can watch any series you want and binge watch as many episodes as you want without waiting for the next episode to be telecast. You don't even have to be present while watching that show. You can watch it whenever you want and you can rewind it or pause it. You don't have to get ready and go to the market to buy stuff. You order things online and they will be delivered in 15 minutes without any work on your part. You don't even have to go to the movie theater anymore. You can simply pay and watch the movie online lying in your bed. And this whole phenomenon of getting things instantly without any efforts is messing us up. We are gradually forgetting putting efforts into everything. We just want things to be easy and provide instant gratification. I believe that this is why people love getting into friends with benefit situations or one night stands, because you get instant gratification when you want it without any tags or labels, without having to put in efforts in the relationship, or without having to make your partner feel loved or special. The same applies to your goals. Lying in the bed while scrolling social media is a lot easier in the moment because of instant gratification than working on your goals because of delayed gratification. So use this new wiring to your advantage and romanticize working on your goals and make it easy for yourself. Why do you think the kawaii items are in such a high demand right now? Because they help you romanticize things. These cute kawaii stationery makes you want to use them. You're more likely to finish your assignment because you want to use the cute pens and highlighters. Same as with the aesthetic vibes. People decorate their workspace so beautifully so that they can romanticize and enjoy working. So think about how can you romanticize your goals. For example, a cute gym outfit, water bottle and gym bag for going to the gym, scented candles, cute stationery, aesthetic laptop cover, and pretty showpieces for working, listening to a high vibe playlist or a podcast you love while cooking a healthy meal, or fairy lights and a comfy chair for a cozy reading nook to read more. I know that we have all been in situations where we're trying so hard to complete a task but we just don't have the energy and the tasks just keep getting dragged for longer, whereas other times we finish that work with a better output and much quicker. The difference between both these situations is the level of your energy. Our energy levels fluctuate throughout the day, and we all have our biological prime times in the day where we have the most energy and we're the most productive. But time management does not take that into account, and this can lead to frustration because you might assign a task that requires a lot of mental resources to a time when you are low on energy. Like for me, that time is the afternoon, and my prime times are the mornings and evenings. So a better approach is to pair time management with energy management. Schedule tasks that require a lot of mental energy and focus during your prime times, and schedule shallow tasks during other times. Some examples of shallow tasks could be replying to emails, attending meetings, going on a coffee break, and if you work from home, then you can do life admin tasks, cleaning and tidying up a certain place in your home, doing the dishes, and you can even take a nap. Now, when you're working during your prime times, you want to take the maximum advantage of that time because focus is finite. It is a resource that depletes throughout the day as you use it. So make sure to work in monk mode for at least 4 hours a day. Monk mode is where you work like a monk. Monks are known for their dedication, focus, discipline, simplicity, and detachment from distractions. So in these 4 hours every day, I want you to minimize distractions and concentrate fully on the task in hand. When you focus on one thing, when you don't multitask and don't allow things to distract you every 2 minutes, you maximize your productivity, you utilize your biological prime time to the fullest, and you generate far better outputs when compared to working for 8 to 9 hours a day, multitasking and allowing distractions. And make sure to check out this video if you're wondering why multitasking is bad, even though it is a much appreciated skill. Now the question is, how do you do monk mode and energy management? How should you select which task you should be doing and when? I don't know about you, but I used to be this person who had a list of a million things to do in my brain, but at any given time, when I decided to do something, my mind went completely blank. I couldn't decide what to do, and so I ended up lounging on the couch. This happens because your brain gets overwhelmed by all this data. Plus, your brain is not meant to hold all this stuff like to-do lists, doctor's appointments, reminders to water plants, the movie you want to watch, deadline of the project, etc. Your brain is meant to generate ideas, find solutions, and work on one thing at a time. So the thing that will save you are lists. First, dump everything on a paper to rid your mind of overwhelm and to allow it to do what it does best. Now create lists for everything: the movies and series you want to watch, books you want to read, small one-time tasks, recurring tasks, any deadlines and projects. I literally have so many lists, like people's birthdays, cafes I want to explore, movies I want to watch, books I want to read, grocery shopping list, YouTube videos I want to watch, things I want to learn, to-do list, which is my bullet journal, and goal planner, which I talked about in this video. I know that it may look like I hate technology, but that's not true. Just like everything, technology has its cons, but it also has a lot of pros, and you can actually leverage technology to your advantage. Like, I used to remember everyone's birthday before, but now I don't have to worry about them. I will get a reminder on my phone for birthdays of people that are close to me, and not the Facebook reminder, because I have turned off notifications for all social media apps. More importantly, you have YouTube that has all the free knowledge you need in the world. So if you want to learn how to write codes, you can simply watch a video and learn it instead of having to read a tome of a book. You can automate tasks without having to sit down and do them every time. You can use tools like ChatGPT to make things simpler, easier, and quicker. You can watch this video to learn how you can use ChatGPT to boost your productivity. Just creating to-do lists is not really going to help you, because you might still get overwhelmed when selecting which task to do at the moment. A really effective way is to obviously plan your day. If you're just starting planning, then chances are you might want to create a perfect plan. But remember, don't fall into the traps of perfectionism, and simply create a plan which you can improve later. Because you can improve something that is not built. While making your plan for the day, make sure that you are prioritizing your tasks. A very famous method to do this is the Eisenhower matrix, but I have found that delegating and deleting is not an option for a lot of us. Activities like uploading content, meal prepping, and replying to emails should be delegated according to the Eisenhower matrix, but these aren't things that students, for example, can afford to outsource. Watching TV and social media should be deleted according to Eisenhower matrix, and I agree that overconsumption of these is bad. However, completely eliminating entertainment doesn't seem right to me. So I want to share an improvised version of the Eisenhower matrix that I came across while watching a video by channel Study Quill, and we're going to pair it with energy management. So you categorize the tasks by level of difficulty and urgency. The tasks in quadrant 1 and 3 are to be done during your monk mode, and those in quadrant 2 and 4 are to be done during your low energy periods. During your monk mode, tackle the tasks that are hard and urgent first, and then move on to the tasks that are hard but not urgent. The goal is to keep most of your tasks in quadrant 3, and that can happen with proper planning, and I'm going to talk about that later in this video. Another roadblock that we face while planning is that none of the organization systems or apps work for us. The reason for this could be that you change them enough. You see someone on YouTube or Instagram share their favorite app to plan or organize, and you immediately switch to that. Tomorrow, someone shows a physical planner and you switch to that. What this does is that your brain can never truly trust any apps or planners because it fears that if I forget about the thing I wrote in this planner, then it is going to get lost as we will switch to something new in 2 days. Another thing is that you have to get into the habit of using that app or planner, and that can only happen if you keep using it consistently and consciously for a while. So select any app or planner that you like and stick to it for a while. If you notice that something isn't working, try to make simple tweaks in the same app or planner instead of ditching it completely. If you're like me and you feel that none of the apps or planners have the features that you want, then you can use apps like Notion that are completely customizable, or a bullet journal that you can customize according to your needs. But be prepared to improvise even such customizable apps and planners as your planning and organization skills evolve. If you find yourself lazing around and procrastinating despite all the planning and prioritizing, then chances are that the task that you have planned for is either way too big or way too important, or both. Let me explain. If you have set a goal that is very big to accomplish today or in the next couple of hours, then your brain gets under a lot of stress. So if your to-do list says learn Korean, then that's something huge. You cannot learn an entire language in just one day. Instead, break down that task into small chunks. This can look like learn Korean vowels, learn Korean double vowels, learn basic greetings, etc. Do you see how we have broken the huge task of learning Korean into small actionable steps? So today you can learn the vowels, tomorrow you can focus on double vowels, and the next day you can learn saying things like hello, how are you, excuse me, thank you, goodbye, etc. Now if the task is related to a dream of yours, something that is very important for you, then that's a lot of pressure for your brain. So let's say that your dream is to be an author. That automatically becomes something of high importance for you. Now your brain starts stressing itself out thinking about,
what if I fail? What if I don't do it right? What if I write a terrible story? What if no one reads it? What if I never achieve my goal?
And that is just way too much pressure for your brain to handle. So instead, your brain looks for activities that aren't as stressful as this one, whether that's scrolling, watching a movie, stress eating, or cleaning. Anything but this task. This is what most people call being lazy or procrastinating. But in reality, procrastination is just a stress relief mechanism. So in this case, the most effective solution is to chunk up the task if it's way too big and use a timer. Timers are a lifesaver in these situations. When you're procrastinating, the hardest and the most difficult part is to just start. So you can set a timer for 2 minutes and say that you'll only work on it for 2 minutes. That's it. But 95% of the times, once you work on it for 2 minutes, you will keep going because of Newton's first law, a body in motion will stay in motion. The momentum is already built, you're already in the flow state, so you will keep working. Another way to use timers is the way that I use it daily, using the Pomodoro technique where you work for 25 minutes. This is one Pomodoro, and then you take a 5 minutes break. After you finish 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break for 15 to 20 minutes. This works because your brain knows that it has to work on this stressful task for a limited time, 25 minutes, and it's not very long. When your brain knows that it will certainly get a break, it reduces resistance. Now, once you beat procrastination and enter the flow state, it is usually very difficult to break out of it because of Newton's first law, obviously, and this results in us overworking till right before bedtime. So we don't get any time to wind down before bed, we get no reward for having worked so well, we get no fun, leisure, or rest time. And if we continue doing this for a while, our bodies will start getting burnt out, and eventually we go back to our lazy girl era because we are constantly low on energy and exhausted from overworking, longer screen times, and no rest at all. And we don't want this because deep work 4 hours a day every day is much better and will produce great results as compared to overworking for some days and then not working at all because of being burnt out. And the solution is very simple for this. It's called Parkinson's law, which says that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. This means that if you have to write a report and you have 7 days to do it, you'll write it in 7 days. However, if you were to write the same report in 3 hours, you will complete it in 3 hours. However much time you give yourself to complete a task is exactly the amount of time you will complete it in. So set a stop working deadline deadline for the day and stick to it. If you say that you will stop working at 6 p.m., then stop working at 6 p.m. I don't care how much work you can do in the rest of the day. No amount of work done can compare to your health and well-being. Remember, you are working to give yourself a good lifestyle, and that involves good health and fun. You are working to afford a good lifestyle. The good lifestyle is the goal, and work is a means to fulfill that goal. So it makes no sense to make work your goal and sacrifice the good lifestyle, because then you've lost the purpose of your life and you're completely misdirected. Work is always the means to get to your goal. You have to make that distinction in your mind. Work is the car that you use on your journey to your destination, which is your goal. It makes absolutely no sense in spending all the time driving, not enjoying the journey and the landscapes, views, and the places along the way. Your car will break down if you drive it non-stop, and you will fall sick trying to stay awake day and night, driving that car, missing every beautiful thing on the way. And we don't want to live a life like that. We want to reach our destination, but we also want to enjoy the journey. Now I know what you're thinking. All this sounds super amazing and I want to implement these tips, but how do I do that? Well, you don't need to worry, because I've got you covered. I'm giving you the action plan that you can implement starting right now to start your transition from lazy girl era to productive girl era. Step number 1. Once you're done watching this, you're not gonna pick up your phone and watch any reels or shorts. Step number 2, you're going to put on a decent outfit if you're not in one already and go for a walk outside. If you cannot go for a walk outside, then stand in your balcony for 5 minutes without your phone. Step 3, do a brain dump of everything running through your mind, whether it's a to-do list, movies, series, books, friends you have to call or text, errands, projects, anything and everything. Step number 4, highlight the tasks that are small, do not require a lot of brain power, and can be done in one go. Step 5, set a timer for 25 minutes and tick off as many tasks as you can from that list. This will build your confidence that you're getting things done instead of lazing around. Step 6, choose a stop work deadline for yourself for every day, so you have the time to enjoy the journey and not just focus on the destination. Now, we do want to enjoy the journey, but that doesn't mean that we want to delay reaching the destination. We want to reach the destination fast, but not as someone who's burnt out, but as someone who's thriving. So step number 7 is to plan your goals. And if you need help with that, then there is a proven framework that thousands of people have used to achieve more in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months. I'm going to tell you how you can do this too. Simply click this video to learn the proven plan to crush your goals in 12 weeks, and I will see you soon in the next one. Until then, keep loving, keep dreaming. This is Ruchika Srivastava signing off.